You're tuned in to Community Crime Report Live, the daily live stream show that features news, reviews, and commentary on criminal activity in communities around the world. If you're connected in any way to a crime in your community and would like to share your perspective and other details with our viewers, we invite you to be a guest on our show. Simply contact our production team to schedule an interview. Viewers can also call into the show to join the live discussion. If you have a question or comment to share and discuss with our host and our guests, simply send us a message for instructions on how to enter the studio to join the discussion. This can easily be done from your mobile phone, laptop, or other device. Thank you for tuning in. Hi again, I'm your host, Charles Lewis. I'm recording from Barbados in the Caribbean. It's a lovely day in paradise yet again. As a matter of fact, we're not having too much rain these days, and this is becoming a problem for our government. They're now trying to ration you when it comes to washing your car and watering your lawn because we're having a bit of a drought. I suppose climate change is also part of our problem here in the Caribbean. Okay, well, this is the third episode. I'm happy to be back with you. Today we have a special report. It is about people using AI technology to scam other people. Today we have a guest in the studio. Her name is Rosemary Colucci. I suppose in Sicily they might say Colucci, I suppose. But with my Barbadian or Bajan accent, it probably doesn't work. Okay, Rosemary is going to be talking about an experience that she has had with a scammer or a would-be scammer. And I want to share a funny experience. Before the show began, we were playing some music, and Rosemary was not aware that I could see her dancing in backstage. She was really going for it, and she's got some moves. I intend to invite her out to a club when I'm in Ohio next time because the girl can party. Okay, so anyway, without any further ado, let us bring Rosemary up. She's probably very embarrassed right now, but hey, let's see her reaction to what I just said. Welcome, Rosemary. How are you today?
Now that I could call myself the dancing queen of Crime Report, I didn't know I was. It was fun. I got my exercise for the day, but I had a ball. I'm a disco queen.
Yes, you certainly are. Okay, so not a problem. As a matter of fact, I think I'm going to bring you on a regular basis to do a part of the intro for the show.
Okay.
You do a few moves. Okay, well, let's get straight to it, Rosemary.
Okay, great. Thank you.
You have an interesting. You're more than welcome. You have an interesting story to share with the audience today, and before we get into it, I want to share a video that I found about AI technology and how although it's such amazing technology and can do such amazing things for people who are creatives, it can also be used for very bad things. And this report, which I found, is going to exemplify that. And then afterwards, we're going to talk to Rosemary about her experience. So let's bring this documentary up here, or this report.
Finally, here at 4:30, tech leaders, including Elon Musk and Apple executives, have called for a pause on powerful artificial intelligence training. They say it could cause, quote, profound risks to society and humanity. While their worries are about what's to come, NBC's Emily Aikita shows us how the new tech is already allowing for scammers to target your money.
It's a phone call John Bridges will never forget.
I said, "What's wrong? What's wrong?" She goes, "I've had an accident and I need your help."
His daughter panicked and crying before another voice gets on the line.
He goes, "I'm wanting to give your daughter back to you, but I need some cash."
Bridges says he didn't end up giving money to the scammer thanks to his quick-thinking wife who called their actual daughter to confirm she wasn't being held hostage. But he got close, even grabbing cash from home and driving it to a meetup location.
When I first heard my daughter's voice, it was my daughter's voice. It convinced me that was her.
Calls like this have the Federal Trade Commission sounding the alarm this month, warning of advancing artificial intelligence used to simulate someone's voice in imposter scams, the most commonly reported fraud in 2022, with losses jumping to $2.6 billion last year.
It's critical that people are aware this technology is out there and that it's really very good.
Voice cloning isn't a new concept, but it's becoming more accessible, accurate, and easier to use thanks to AI. Cybersecurity expert Tiago Enriquez, who says he's now seeing insurance claims for this kind of fraud, showed us just how easy it is.
We're going to try and find some audio samples of you.
He pulled videos from my social media and uploaded clips to one of a growing number of voice cloning programs.
So it's literally a matter of dragging and dropping audio clips into this program.
That's it.
Then came typing what to say, and with the click of a button,
I already tried to call the bureau. It was weird no one answered.
Sounds pretty good.
but could I fool a colleague with it?
Hello? Are you crazy busy? I forgot my corporate card.
Oh no.
Can I borrow yours real quick? I just need to pay for a few things. I'll get the receipts.
It wasn't perfect. There were delays, and some sentences sounded more genuine than others, but
I gotta run out and get my wallet.
it worked.
Thank you so much. Call you in a bit.
My colleague later stunned by the generated audio's accuracy.
So I pride myself on never falling for that stuff.
Experts say to make sure you don't fall for it, be skeptical whenever asked for money in any form. Don't rely on the caller ID. Those can be faked. And even if it sounds like a loved one calling, hang up and call the person yourself.
Are we going to see an increase in this sort of thing?
I believe we are. As attackers get more familiar with these technologies, what they can do with it, how to operate them, we are going to see an increase in scam attacks.
New technology requiring new lines of defense. Emily Ikeda, NBC News, New York.
And that's going to do it for the news at 4.
Okay, I thought that report was quite appropriate for our discussion today. So let's go straight to it. Rosemary, or Dancing Queen, which you prefer, tell us about your experience. And I have quite a few questions for you about this.
Well, Charles, I hope this finds you, the Dancing Queen finds you very entertained with my dancing, but you're going to get even more entertained when I tell you that I am the Mrs. Elon Musk. So I went into I got notified through Facebook that Elon Musk had private messaged me, and he was verified. So on Facebook, a person gets verified by paying a fee, and Facebook's duty is to make sure that they are who they say they are. So at that point, I'm thinking that I am communicating with Elon Musk. Imagine Miss Rosemary, the Dancing Queen, is Elon Musk really want to talk to her? So I go on and I'm listening, and Elon went as far as the fake Elon, let's just say this is a fake person, went on to call me. And it's his voice. It's a video chat from a phone number that is not in the United States. He called me, and it was him. It was his picture. His lips were moving. I told him I couldn't hear him. I said, Elon, I can't hear you. He said, I could hear you, Rosemary, and I could read his lips. At that point, the phone went dead. He continued to text me. His first attempt for money from me was $99 for a membership so he could meet me, because he is Elon Reeves Musk. And he's so famous that he cannot meet just anyone, but he would love to meet me. But it would cost me $99 to meet the Elon Reeves Musk. I refused to pay the fee because I realized I'm in the potential of a scam now. So I refused the money.
Can I ask a question before you continue? Let me interject. I'm so excited about this topic. What reason did he give you for contacting you? What was the reason initially?
He thought I was attractive.
Okay.
So he finds me attractive.
Okay. Go ahead.
So then after that, I began to play into the little scheme because I knew this wasn't Elon Musk. So and I told him that. I said, I don't believe this is you, Elon. I'm playing along with the scammer. He then sends a picture of Elon Reeves' passport. There's a passport he sends to me through my Facebook Messenger showing me Elon Reeves, and it says "We the People," looks like a real passport, where he was
Yeah.
born. He was born in South Africa. So
Yeah.
he's trying to convince me. So after I refused the $99, he then attempted to get me for a Amazon card and also an Apple gift card. After he couldn't do that, it became a love. He's in love with
Who's
me.
in?
We need to take a blood oath so that I could be committed to him. And there would be consequences if I broke the oath. So he made me prick my finger with a needle and show him the blood. Well, of course, I wasn't going to do that. So I cropped a picture and I sent the picture. He returned it the same thing and sent me a fake picture of blood as well. He then made me say some words, oath, and said that we are definitely together for
Okay.
security reasons.
Just 1 second, Rosemary. We had a bit of technical issue at some point, and I lost the word. Why did he want to do a blood oath? Explain his reasoning behind that.
He claimed it was for security. So, in other words, we were going to open up a joint account. And because he's Elon Musk, he was going to put money into the account. But before he could do that, to make me the wealthiest woman in America, I needed to do a blood oath with him to show him how serious I was, that I wanted to be Mrs. Musk and that I was going to be trusted with all this information and that he was going to make me a very wealthy woman.
But
So with
okay,
that
how long did it take before he got to the point of doing a blood oath and promising you, everything under the moon and the stars? How long? I mean, people don't normally get to that stage in a day or two. So how long was this going on before he realized he wanted you to be his wife, etc.?
Well, Charles, Rosemary's quite the entertainer, as you found out this morning. I entertained the idea of a romance scheme with Mr. Musk. So I told him that, I was very flattered that the wealthiest man in the world was interested in me. And I played along with it. The ritual was a feel special thing for getting back to that. And so it was like a bonding. He wanted us to bond together. So I did it to play along with the scam, of course, because now I realize it's getting deeper and deeper here. So he is now asking for $30,500. He went from 14.5 to 35. Now he's to the point in this scam where he's threatening me that he invested 17,500 into a crypto coin wallet. And he actually provided me an address in America, in Illinois, of a woman that is a money mule, where I'm supposed to send the money. I had to take pictures of this money. I had to convince him that he can count on me, because at this point I'm realizing this guy isn't just scamming me. He's scamming a lot of people in this, not only country, but in this world. And it's so unfortunate that people, unlike me, was able to realize I was being scammed. There's a lot of less elderly people out there, a lot of women looking for love in all the wrong places. Social media would be one, of course. And, they're looking for it. And so when somebody throws them a little bone, women are emotional, Mr. Lewis. So we tend to love that little romance, so that's why I played along with them, was romantically. And it was interesting, and it got worse and worse. And now we're to the point where he's telling me I could be kidnapped. I need this money in there today.
Okay. Obviously, the relationship turned from a romantic thing to something that made him angry because he's threatening. What caused him to switch from romance to anger and threats?
The money. I didn't send the $30,500. I never planned on sending it. I made him think I was, so that I could get an address to help my local authorities find. Because with scammers, just so your audience knows, that if a scammer is located in the United States of America, the FBI will get involved, and you have to do it online with their application. You cannot talk to an FBI agent. You have to go on, fill out the forms. And that's how the FBI will get in contact with you regarding the scammer. If they are located in the US, they can help you. If they are outside the US, in a call center somewhere in India or somewhere, let's just say, for example, then they cannot help you. Our government will not get involved and they will not help you. In this case, I was able to play along to help our government catch the scammer, the
Yes.
fakey one.
Okay. Well, I have watched so many documentaries on this subject where so many women from Australia, Canada, the United Kingdom, United States, and other parts were scammed in similar romance scams like this. Perhaps not with AI technology because that is relatively new. But it took you a very short time to know it was a scam. It was all a bunch of baloney. Why do you think so many women fall prey to something like this? When you watch the documentary, even the women themselves look back upon it and realize how stupid they were. Why do you think? I mean, it can't be just emotional. That it cannot be just emotions or an emotional situation, or or what tell me, why do you think? Let's get really deep into this now. Why do women fall prey to this so often, and men as well?
Well, men aren't as gullible, I don't believe, as women. Women are emotional creatures. We run on emotion. Let's be real. The word hysterectomy comes from hysterical. So not all women are hysterical, but we are emotional, okay? And there's a reason for it. So we love to. Some women love to be in love. Some women think they need a man in their life for survival. So it's easy to get caught up in a romance because you want to feel loved. Every girl in the world wants to feel special, feel pretty, and they'll go anywhere to find it. Obviously, in romance scams, women will pay to feel this way. It got interesting. I actually had fun with this. It becomes addicting. I found myself looking at my phone constantly for his messages. He began to prey on my messages. His rocket was going to the moon, and it exploded, and little subliminal messages he would send me, and I would send back, "Oh, Elon, I can't wait to go to the moon with you." His last one was he was sending me to Mars. He's going to be sending people to Mars for $5 million. And, gosh, imagine thinking that you're going to Mars. You're in the universe now. You're off the planets. I mean, so for me, what helped me, and I hope this could help a lot of your viewers today, Charles, is that I have children that are a lot younger than me that are technology savvy, more so than mom is. So when they saw my phone and they looked and said, "Wait a minute, this is verified by Facebook," they for a second thought, could this be Elon Musk? Because Facebook, again, Mr. Zuckerberg should be ashamed of himself. I blame him too, because you have a duty as an owner of an app, especially across the world, not just in the United States. If you're going to verify people and charge a fee, make sure you have the right person, because this particular person has scammed a lot of women out of a lot of money, pretending to be Mr. Musk.
Okay. At any point, did you contact the police or other law enforcement agencies?
No, I did not. Because I was getting, because I do have the forms from the FBI. I did my research on it. I realized you cannot do anything unless you go through the FBI. Again, if they're located in the United States, and I was able to get an address for the money mule, this woman is in Illinois, then the FBI will get involved, but I have to do everything online. So it's a lot of paperwork that they put you through. But at the end of the day, I'm willing to do it to help other people, because thank God I have children that were able to look at my phone and say, "Oh, this is the biggest scam ever."
So you do intend to contact law enforcement to take action against this? Okay.
Yes.
I do not condone what these people do, because it's not just men. Women also get involved in scamming other people. I don't condone it, but when you look at the impoverished situations around the world, and as far as the socio-economic conditions are concerned, in Africa, China, Russia, places where we hear lots of scams originating, you can almost understand why they would do this. Again, I'm not condoning the action. I'm just talking, people with no other hope. They know there's no education. They discover that there's a an internet cafe where there's a computer and they can barely afford to pay to use it, and they teach themselves how to use it, and then they teach themselves how to use these apps, and they use. You could almost understand why they're doing it. I don't, again, like I said, I'm not condoning it, but I can almost understand why they resort to this. What I don't understand is how susceptible many of the people who have actually fallen prey or victim to these scammers, how they've allowed themselves when there's so much publicity about cyber scams.
But
Yes, go ahead.
Mr. Lewis, not to interrupt you, I had phone calls from Mr. Musk that it's his voice through artificial intelligence, and that was a great report you put up. Not everybody that's in their 60s, 70s that are being scammed even know what artificial intelligence is. Okay, that's an app that you explained very well and showed the problems it's beginning to cause for people. So Mr. Musk, the fake Mr. Musk, he has an artificial intelligence of his voice where he calls me and he's talking to me. Rosemary, this is Elon, rocket woman. I can't wait to take you to the moon. It's really his voice. I mean, so not having, if someone's elderly and they're not up on IT or know about artificial intelligence, they're going to believe they're talking to Elon Musk. It is his voice. It's him in the video. Why wouldn't I believe it? The only reason why I didn't fall victim to the scam is because I have children that are way smarter than mom could ever be, and they showed me that this was not Elon Musk, or I might have felt preyed. However, I would have never gave him the money because his first scam was $99, then it was Apple cards. Then I realized at that point I had the awareness from television about these scammers, and that I knew when it went to the $99 membership to the Amazon and the Apple card that this guy was really this was a desperate man trying to get money.
I am very happy your kids intervened, because the thought of you dancing for Elon Musk and not for me is very upsetting. I have to say, most upsetting to me. Okay, I'm an emotional creature as well. Not just women. Okay, you mentioned we had several conversations about this prior to the show, and you mentioned on one occasion about a Canadian woman who lost about $750,000. Can you share any information about that with us, with the audience?
Yes. So the state of Texas is currently investigating this as a currency fraud case. A woman in Ontario, Canada, fell victim to the similar Musk scheme and was bilked out of $750,000 of her life savings. So some unfortunate woman in Ontario, Canada, fell for the same scheme that I didn't fall for. Thank God for my children, of course, were able to tell me, Mom, you're not talking to Elon Musk. Okay, that's not him. It's fake. It's AI. They told me about artificial intelligence. I wasn't aware of it myself, and I'm not that old. So, I can't imagine people older than me understanding that, how it works. Thank God the younger people of today's society are definitely technical. I mean, they're technical geniuses, really, compared to what I know. My kids are, for sure. And thank God they helped me with it. But there's so many unfortunate women like this one here that lost $750,000. Had she played the game of love with Mr. Musk, he might have let her off the hook, because don't forget, he let me off twice and still continued to try to get me, even after I wouldn't give in.
Even before AI technology came along, and they were using just pictures of a doctor or pilot or someone in the military, and they were quite successful. When you think of it, the success rate is higher than you would imagine, having seen all of these documentaries. So you can well imagine the success rate is going to increase now. There's AI technology, and they could actually show you someone facial, the face, the voice, the movement of the lips. What do you think the companies behind AI technology and or the government should do to help protect people from becoming victims of these cyber scams with this very advanced technology?
Well, they were fortunate enough. The government came up with LifeLock, and that was to protect your credit. So if they're able to come up with apps such as LifeLock, to where you could subscribe once a month to have your credit stopped, so nobody could hit your credit, buy houses in your name, do things like this, then I think there should be an app or something developed to help people with this AI intelligence. Because if they let it in and they continue to let it in, you're going to see a lot of plagiarism in colleges. You're going to see a lot of businesses not doing their job because they're going to all go to AI for all their
Yeah.
advice, for all their work, and AI is going to do it all. And it's not right, because their technology is so far advanced that they're able to scheme people. So if you have an app that's able to scheme people, and con them and be fake, why would you even allow it? Or if you are going to allow it, then you need to censor it. And everybody needs censorship. And especially an app like this, to where you can be anybody in the world
Yeah.
besides Elon Musk. So I think that the government needs to find a way to stop the hacking through a security device that can go on to help people from not being scammed.
I think that the technology being as advanced as it is, I think they should include in the algorithm where people could say to the same technology, "How do I protect myself from cyber scams?" And the technology will tell them how to protect themselves. I think that the algorithm could also detect something that is possibly a scam, and interject and actually tell someone, be careful. This, the programming is so amazing. I think that there must be, there's got to be some way that they could enable the technology to empower people to protect themselves.
Well, I
Okay.
agree, but the problem with that is that artificial intelligence only made scamming easier. Scamming's been going on for a long time. I know a doctor, a medical doctor, that is, I consider a personal friend of mine, that almost got scammed in 2.2 seconds out of $3,787 by a phone call. He's at work. His secretary answers the phone. He's told that he has an outstanding electric bill. He's got patients in his office. He thinks he has to pay $3,787 for an electric bill. He's ready to go get his credit card and pay over the phone. It was a scam. Thank God his secretary realized, hey, wait a minute, I just paid your electric bill. So scammers aren't just using artificial intelligence. This is the latest version of how to really scam people. There have been scammers going on without this new technology. The new technology is only going to make scamming easier, much easier to get away with, versus, like in this case, the doctor being called and telling his
Yes.
electric bill.
Have you or anyone in your family ever been a victim of a cyber scam?
Yes, I have two family members that were scammed. One out of a significant amount of money, and another one out of a decent amount of money too. One was a use of a child. Your child's in trouble. We need this money. Without her thinking, she sent the money to protect her child, not even thinking. She did it, scared to death that her child was in trouble. So another one was, we're going to help you get your business started, and we need this amount of dollars, and it was over 20 some $1,000s, and they went to the bank and they did it. They looked them up online, and they had a legitimate business address, but they were a fake business. The business never existed. So you could actually go on Google, look them up. They could be listed under Google as a legitimate business, but they're really not. So that's another scam.
Yes. This is, yeah, it's on the increase, and I remember watching so many documentaries. This is way before AI, and I'm intrigued by how easy it was for these kids in India or China or Ukraine, wherever they are, Africa, how
Yeah.
easy it was.
Now,
And
keep in mind, Mr. Lewis, I don't mean to interrupt you. Just
yeah,
because
sure.
Rosemary beat this scammer, don't think that I was never scammed. I was potentially, I was involved in a horrific scam, and I'm not going to
Mhm.
mention names for legal reasons, but
Yeah.
I was told by somebody that they were the department head of a major government operation, and that they were sent to help me. And so I fell for it, got my children involved. They went along with it
Yes.
until my daughter realized something isn't right about this person, checked it out, found out this person never had the background they said they did. And when I talked to other people about it, they believed that a lawyer was involved behind it. And I'm not going to get into names for legal reasons, but you can be scammed in many ways, not just money. You could be scammed just because somebody wants to see what you're up to, because maybe the person on the other end's paranoid that you're going to do something to them or go after them or do something to maybe hurt their credibility. And they have enough money and power to get other people involved. Hey, go see what she's doing. Make sure they're not going after me, you know. And so I was scammed in a way where I thought I was seeing a counselor, a real counselor, a counselor that's counseling me about life and all the stresses of everyday life, you know. And I think counseling is a great thing. I'm all for counseling. Mental illness in this country, we could have a month on the subject, you know. In every country, it's alive, it's real. But counseling is a great thing. Any struggles you've been through in your life, everybody should have counseling. It's the way we deal with stress. It's the way we deal with death. There's grieving. There's a lot of things you got to go through. And so I went along with the counseling, and here the counselor was never who he said he was. And I do believe to this day, and I will get to the bottom of it eventually, that he was put in my life for a reason by a very, very calculated attorney that has a lot to hide. And we'll just leave it at that.
We have a message in the comments section. There's Anatoly who wants to know how he can get in touch with you. And I believe this is the real Anatoly, by the way. I don't think this is AI technology at work here.
Okay.
So, I have Anatoly in my contact list, and I will share his details with you. And please let us know how the outcome of this. This could be very interesting. Let's see what other messages we have here. Someone, Dr. Michael Anderson, is saying that this is becoming more common, and AI is making this far more effective, which is true. Dr. Anderson goes on to say the more sophisticated scammers are using voice emulation now. This is ripped right from YouTube and other sources. So we're getting some reaction from the listeners. Thank you very much for making your contributions and giving us an audience. Yes, I'm going to try to find other people who have had similar experiences or different experiences with cyber scamming to have them come on the show to talk to us about their experience. I think this is a very interesting topic, and we should have a number of episodes touching on this.
Don't you think that somebody from, let's say, Elon Musk corporation, he's being scammed himself. Elon's being scammed. Not just us, not the woman in Canada, not just, thank God I didn't send the money and I have great kids, but Elon himself, if he's not aware, which he should be aware by now, needs to find out. And we have addresses, and I hope that in America anyways, that our governing authorities will help him, because he's out there with his name, his face, his passport, all his information's out there, even his voice, his videos, and he's asking people for money. So with that being said, would Elon Musk have a case against Mark Zuckerberg from Facebook for verifying him? Elon himself is in the middle of this scam, and he doesn't even know it. And you really, that's a shame, because he has a wife out there. Elon, I'm Mrs. Moss. Little did you know we took a blood and we're married. So,
I'm going to try to reach out to Elon Musk's company, to the PR or the publicist, to see whether or not there would be a response to this. I think that it behoves Elon Musk and his PR team to respond to this, because here it's very ironic that the video I showed in the beginning, it talks about Elon Musk warning people about this technology and how dangerous it can be, and here we are talking about him being the center of the scam. That was
exactly, and he
correct.
probably isn't aware of it, that they're taking money in his name that's really owed to him. And the $99 was to invest with Elon. Elon would give me these great investments, and also it was the only way that I could meet him. International lawyer advocate, is what needs to be done. That's what you need to do, Charles, is get an international.
Yes, absolutely. We do have another message from Anatoly, and he's confirming that he is the real Anatoly.
Okay, thank you. I like it.
Okay, so it says also Dr. Anderson is saying that prosecution for cybercrime is not very lucrative, and so it's really done compared to how much is committed. The penalties are not high, and that's a good point. When you look at a person who is from an impoverished part of the world and they're using these scams to feed their families and feed themselves, when you think of going to prison for 1 year or 6 months or 2 years compared to having that kind of money to feed your entire family for a very long time, there's no disincentive.
No, Charles, in Youngstown, Ohio, Mahoney County, there's a prosecutor down there saying cyberbullying is not even a crime. Somebody stole my picture with an attempt to put it on Facebook in a government environment agency to make fun of Miss Rosemary. Now, to me, women are catty, and not all. There's good and bad in everybody. But when you got to try to make fun of somebody else, there's a problem with you. Get over yourself, okay? I'm Rosemary. Yes. If you don't like it, that's that's your problem. It shouldn't be mine. However, with that being said, they stole my picture with an attempt to cyberbully me. Now, we're talking not cyber scam, cyberbully. That's a whole different kind of cyber. So they put my picture up and had people commenting. An ex-director of Mahoney County Job and Family Services, this is a government high-up official, is commenting, making fun of Miss Rosemary. I called the prosecutor's office about it. You know what they said? It's not a crime. Cyberbullying is not a crime. Yet we have children all over America killing other students, killing themselves over being bullied. How is it not a crime?
Yeah, no, I agree with you. Okay, what I'm going to do in response to Anatoly and Dr. Anderson, I'm going to reach out to them and see whether or not they would like to come on the show and give a response to some of the things that we said here today. And also to, with your permission, what I will do is I will pass on your information, the contact details of Anatoly to you, and you can get in touch with him.
And to add to your answer to your question about the cyber not being very hard on them, in England, they're very hard on them. Their laws are a lot tougher than ours. Yes. In England, they're tough on this cyber criminal activity, these white collar crimes.
Yes. Okay.
Libel and slander. It's libel.
We're almost out of time. I want to thank you very much, Rosemary, for coming on the show and sharing your experience with cyber crime and someone using AI technology to try to dupe you out of money. Thank God he was not successful.
Yes.
I will never try to scam anyone, but I'm thinking of using AI technology to make myself look younger and better looking, so I can get more dates with, since I'm single now.
I think you're fine, Charles. You
okay.
You don't need any help in that area, trust me.
So anyway, I want to thank you very much for joining us. It has been a pleasure, very informative. And I think we're going to get some amazing response to this. I want to thank the individuals who made comments in the comments section, but we're going to bring this show to a close.
And thank you for having me.
Unfortunately, we've come to the end of this episode of Community Crime Report Live. I would like to thank my guests for participating in the discussion. I also thank the viewers for tuning in and giving us an audience. If you are a victim, a witness, a law enforcement officer, a crime reporter, or in any way connected to a crime, and would like to share the details with our viewers, we would love to have you as a guest on our show. Simply contact us to schedule a date and time to join me in the studio. If you are a business and would like to support our initiative to boost crime awareness and safety in your community, we invite you to become a sponsor of CCR Live. We will feature your 30-second video ad on our show to promote your products and services to our viewers worldwide. I'm your host, Charles Lewis. Bye for now. Have a wonderful day.